You translate those profits back to US dollars, you have less at the end of the day.
Finally, says Mayfield, the dollar is a safe haven asset.
So when times are good and the US economy is strong, it's the place to be. And when things are scary, it's the place to be.
Meaning, Mayfield says, the dollar's likely to remain strong through 2025. I'm Mitchell Hartman for Marketplace.
A euro costs just $1.03 this morning. I see S&P futures now up 0.6%.
Marketplace Morning Report is supported by Schwab. Schwab offers investors choices like full-service wealth management, self-directed investing options, and trading on Thinkorswim. More at schwab.com.
You don't want the power to go out, especially if it's really cold. Today, a story about resilience in the electricity grid. It's from Texas, where there's data from the Dallas Federal Reserve that finds a jump in local people and businesses setting up what are called microgrids, given the Texas history of big power failures. Here's Marketplace's Elizabeth Troval.
While generators and microgrids both provide backup power, there's a key difference between the two, says Mahmoud Kabalan with the University of St. Thomas in Minnesota. A generator
can be sitting there idling for many years until something happens and then it kicks in.
But a microgrid
is running 24/7.
It's generating and supplying its own power in tandem with the grid, whether or not there's an outage. It generates from sources like
diesel, natural gas, and combination with renewable energy like solar.
Microgrids are used by the military, says Kabalan, and by other institutions where loss of power can be critical, says George Gross with the University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign.
We're seeing universities, for example, becoming a microgrid in hospitals.
And increasingly commercial enterprises. From 2016 to 2023, microgrid installation nearly doubled nationally, says Prithvi Kalkunte with the Dallas Fed. While in Texas, it's
grown exponentially since 2016.
From around 20 to 300 installations.
We see the pickup after Hurricane Harvey. A lot of businesses, including H-E-B and Buc-ee's, have chosen to add microgrids, partially for reliability, and then partially also so that they can have electricity close to the site when outages are kind of costly for those businesses.
And it's not just a way for Texas businesses to avoid outages. They might even make a buck selling their power back into the grid. Energy consultant Doug Lewin.
There's all these different layers of benefits. Obviously, one of those layers is the ability to earn revenue from the market.
He says while it's more expensive to generate power from a microgrid, the resilience, independence, and chance to sell back some of that power can make it worth it. In Houston, I'm Elizabeth Troval for Marketplace.
And there's news members of the Dartmouth College basketball team have abandoned their efforts to unionize. The team voted in March to form a bargaining unit, but Bloomberg Law is reporting that the Service Employees Union Local is betting the incoming Trump administration will appoint members of the National Labor Relations Board who would thwart their efforts. The current NLRB had deemed players were employees entitled to unionize. I'm David Brancaccio. You're listening to the Marketplace Morning Report. From APM, American Public Media.